It is a matter of attention. New Yorkers have so many things in front of them, so many um, opportunities and concerns. I would think that when it comes to physical risk, that this is a topic that can kind of push through other divides. There may be folks who are not as worried about climate mitigation, but they worry about the physical risks in their neighborhood. But the point that you're making is that it's a matter of attention over time.
And I also
Um,
think building in like one, you can bring these things together. What I learned in the community development movement is
mm,
there's a lot of cross advantages. So you're building affordable housing, but you're helping people get jobs, and then you're organizing the neighborhood street fair, and and you can do the same with some of this climate work.
mm,
The IRA is giving us all these opportunities to install rooftop solar. And the more we can have the same networks of community organizing and civic social infrastructure, helping, say, okay, what are the networks that we need to make sure folks who live in basements are notified when extreme rain is coming? But that same thing can be, what are we doing to train our young people to get the jobs that are available in installing solar, or in a place like New York City, offshore wind? So, you could take advantage of sort of both, and then you get leadership. First, you get, obviously the more you can tap into the economy and have people whose jobs are in doing this work, and then also a civic infrastructure of people who come to it for different reasons, but who work together to strengthen and build the capacities we'll need for both mitigation and adaptation.
that's really interesting because that's what I wanted to ask you. Given your background in community organizing and the care that you have always had for your constituents as people and as families, how do we bridge these things? In a way, I think that your answer is coming back to what we were saying earlier from to present it as an integrated vision, an integrated package of solutions and vision for the future to the community that's exciting and engaging and
You,
helping to address their concerns.
you,
But it's not just saying, oh, we want to come talk about storms. It's we're coming to say we want to talk about all of these opportunities
you got to meet people where they are. We actually
yeah.
had in our office, we're doing a project with a network of high school students that kind of trains high school students in leadership development and advocacy. And the set of them that were decided to work on climate teamed up with us to think about making their schools resiliency hubs, places that could. And they were so honest. They were excited about it, but they said, controller, I got to it. Several of them said it's kind of hard in our schools. Like, people are going to tease us. Like, we think it's hard to get people engaged or excited about the climate crisis. You're in high school, and if we sound like scolds, like you better get ready, that's not going to work. And if we, and we don't want to just be totally viewed as like nerds. We don't mind, but that's not going to help us get more people to think about what we need to do in our school. And at first I just loved their honesty, and they were like embarrassed. They were basically like, in my school, unfortunately, people, the kids are like this. They don't care about that. And I was like, guys, that's just human nature. That's not your school. It's not something wrong with your classmates or young kids these days. Honestly, you're way more attuned to this than my generation was. People, this is kind of, again, we focused on what, but then you got to meet people
Yeah.
where they are. And so if people in high school are thinking about what jobs am I going to do, right now, the jobs being created in businesses at doing climate transition are critical, and training people for jobs as solar installers and offshore wind techs and climate investors and climate scientists, and up and down the chain. There's just jobs for so many people. That's a great place to meet people.
Yeah.
And look, people that get those jobs are going to be more attuned to these other issues, and you don't have to win them through, you should care about this. You can win them through, here's a great opportunity that'll help you earn enough money to pay the rent in New York City. And if that has a lot of other kind of benefits for the city and for climate as well, great.
I love hearing about this network of high school kids.
They're pretty great.
Um, and the energy that they have, and that they're asking the same kinds of questions that we are.